Well, Louisiana suffered a population drop last year, but the state Economic Development Agency is now working to bring natives back home. Kenya Ross reports.
Louisiana saw changes in its population between 2022 and 2023. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Louisiana lost more than 84,000 people over the last 3 years. While some people went away, others decided to stay.
And, there's a part that being from Louisiana, a lot of people I went to school with left as soon as they graduated. To some degree, the fact that so many people leave reinforced my desire to stay. So there's another part of me that's like, North Louisiana needs some love.
The Louisiana Economic Development Agency has an internal program called the Louisiana Opportunity, where you can find what they call homecoming stories, highlighting Louisiana natives who once left the state but returned home to find success. Ryan Botts, who's a business owner and creative in Ruston, says if creatives leave the state, it can lose its sense of identity.
The place or your culture, your society becomes very kind of monoculture and looks kind of like whatever other people decide it looks like. And so having creatives within who are deciding what is important and what should be represented and shown to the world allows you to have kind of that like dignity as a people to say, like, this is what represents us and this is what we're about.
The Louisiana Economic Development Agency has a form online for people to begin connecting to business resources and personalize a plan for them to come home to Louisiana. In Ruston, Kenya Ross, KNOE 8 News.